So a lot of you are probably wondering why I'm opening this giant box right now and why the previous video I sold my B18C engine. So basically, I'm going to break this down in about 30 seconds. These series engines are getting a little too expensive, even here in Japan as well, and it's just not worth it for me to put in all this money into these old engines. So we're going to head on down to Sano Transportation and pick up the new swap.
Nice work.
Cool.
Nice. I don't know what to say, so yeah.
It's the beginning.
We're just out here. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Alright, so if you're wondering, I got this engine, this entire swap from Yahoo Auctions, and it came in about, like, I want to say less than a few days. It arrived at the Sano Transportation office, and when I got there, the dude literally loaded everything onto the truck for me, and he just slapped it right on, and we were able to head out. So I didn't really need to bring anything to the shop. I just showed up, and that was it. So right now, what you're looking at is me unloading, or actually opening the box and getting ready to store it in my little storage lot that my storage locker, I should say, that I got somewhere near my house. And I still actually have it because the engine hoist is still sitting in there. But right now, I'm just kind of trying to get everything off because, it's a bit of a process to open this whole thing up. But as you guys can see, we're going K series. So it's kind of risky buying engines online, but I just felt like I had to take the initiative and see what happens and just try something new.
You're lifting. Yee-hee. I think we did it. Okay.
She's off the air. Nice. No. We gotta put that engine on that first.
Oh, okay.
And then once that's down, we could open up that door.
Alright, here we go. Backing up.
I think you're gonna need my help. We'll put this camera down on the other side. Hopefully it doesn't get annihilated.
So at this point, you're probably going to laugh and you're probably going to say, like, what exactly are you trying to do putting that giant engine on that little dolly? I don't know. I was being cheap, and what did I do? I bought a $30 dolly that I thought was going to be able to support a 400-pound engine swap. Bad idea. Because basically what you're going to see in the next few seconds is us scrambling, trying to figure out how we're going to get this thing inside and how we're going to just move it, because now it's 400 pounds just sitting on the ground and there's nothing we can do about it. So basically what ended up happening was you're going to see us mount it and put it down and lower it down onto the dolly, which is only rated for about 80 kilograms, and the whole entire swap weighs about 180 kilograms. So right now it's sitting on it, it's no problem. It's kind of buckling a little bit. Not the end of the world. I wasn't worried about it. I was just happy that we're making progress. But as you're gonna see in the video,
Yo, look at this.
it's bent, and there's not much we can do about that. So now I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do. I'm trying to push it and try to move it out of the way of the door, because can't get in the door right now. So Geronimo's gonna put the camera back, and I'm gonna try to push it back to him, and you're gonna hear a nice little noise. And of course the wheel snapped because it's too heavy. So what did I do? I went inside and stole the cart from the storage locker. They have a cart that you can use. So I just basically loaded it up on that, and it was fine. That cart actually was only rated for 120 kilograms, but surprisingly it held up to the weight of the whole entire swap. So that was really beneficial. So after this, we just put it in there, and we just walk out. It was a long day. It was really hot that day. So I was just happy to get it in there and just call it a day. And that's really all that was. That's really all that happened that day. It was pretty smooth up until that point, but it was relatively easy, I think. All right, so now we are back again. We're going to go check up on the engine, maybe do some work on it. But I'm just going to show you what it looks like inside. It's super narrow. I'm not even sure how we were able to get everything in there, but it was very tight and it was very difficult. And I really do not want to do this again. Alright guys, you're looking at a 2002 JDM K20A here in Japan. I got this off Yahoo Auctions maybe about 2 weeks ago. So it didn't come with a lot. It didn't come with an alternator, it didn't come with AC, it didn't come with a charge harness, and I believe that's it. It came with everything else. It came with the ECU over here, which is in this package, and then yeah, it came with literally everything else that you see on here. And then there's another side with no header. Thank God, because I really didn't want to take that off. Taking off an OEM header is really annoying because those bolts are probably seized. You know, nobody has ever touched them in probably over 25 years, so really don't want to do that. But this engine now, I guess, is what, 22 years old, and it has 155,000 kilometers on it, so roughly about 92,000 miles. And if you're wondering, am I going to do a rebuild on it? No. And you're probably also wondering how I got this in here, because in the last video, this whole thing like just broke when we tried to put it on the the dolly. So let me explain that real quick. We put it right over here on this front porch area, and it just broke. So we jacked it up back on the lift again, and then we put it on this cart. And this cart doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the storage facility. So we basically put it on this cart, which is only rated for 120 kilos, and the engine is, well, 180 kilos. So it was bending pretty badly, and we wheeled it all the way back here through this narrow hallway, because, you know, Japan, everything's small, right? And then right here, we just like banged up the walls pretty bad. Yeah. Oh wait, that one's actually pretty fine. All this right here, I think we did, unfortunately. Yeah, oh well. Then there's like a little hump right here that we had to go up, and then all the way through we wheeled it back here, and then I just basically threw it in there. But then I realized, I was like, oh man, wait, hold on a second. If I don't give this back, somebody's gonna complain, because, you know, that's just what happens. And so I bought another one. I bought my own one that is supposed to be rated for about 200 kilos, which, you know, I guess it's doing its job, even though the wheels are like buckling. But it still moves, like it still moves, and it doesn't cave, and it's been like this for 24 hours, so I don't think it's going anywhere. It's just under a lot of load right now. So what I did was, this thing was actually on the floor. This was laying on the floor, and I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna pick this up? So what I did was I got this jack, or not the jack, this engine hoist thing. I got this and somehow managed to put one leg on the outside and one leg on the inside. So it was kind of like that. Then I just got the hook, hooked it on here, pulled it up, and then I bought this off Amazon Japan, slid it under, lowered it down, and here's where it sits. So yeah, it was a bit of a process. It took me like about an hour, maybe half an hour to an hour, to get this thing on a dolly. But now I can do a little bit of work to it. So right now I'm just installing the charge harness, which is right here. And yeah, surprisingly, you know, a lot of people in the States, they always have to cut these and make their own, but I just bought, you know, OEM Integra type bar DC5 charge harness, because I feel like that's what would work easiest. And this pretty much goes exactly to where my fuse box is. The only thing I probably got to fix is this positive cable right here, because I don't think that's gonna reach. But everything else is perfect. I'm surprised how smoothly this is going. I don't really know if I need these brackets. They look horrible and they're just in the way. Knock sensors is fried. It kind of came right out when I tried to put on the charge harness. So I'm going to need a new one of those, and I got to put the alternator on. I just got some bolts because they didn't give me bolts, but they gave me the top bolt, thank God, because this thing's pretty hard to get. But I had a spare somewhere in here. I had a spare just in case that wasn't the right bolt. So I bought just one from the home center, or like a Home Depot. And it actually is about the same size, so not too big of a deal. But we're going to go ahead and push this thing back because I'm done for the day. I'm just going to cut to a different day because today wasn't really too productive. And I was just putting on the charge harness and that was it. And just checking on this stand, making sure it's still okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try to wheel this back, and I'm going to try to get this on camera if this thing breaks or not, because that would suck. And that's how we get it in the locker, and that's how she sits.